So it's looking like Rolly Romero v Manny Pacquiao is being targeted for early next year. For Rolly Romero, I believe the WBA World Championship. Now, first of all, the fact that a guy like Rolly Romero will be able to go down, retire as a welterweight world champion, a former welterweight world champion, is crazy to me because, in my opinion, Rolly Romero absolutely sucks. He's beat nobody good. He's lost, almost stopped by, I believe, Tank and Pitbull. He beat a clean, off the juice Ryan Garcia at 147 and now calls himself the WBA world champion. It's insane to me, right? Because he is nowhere near the level of, some of the legendary world champions we had in the welterweight division. So the fact that this guy was able to retire and say, yeah, I was a former welterweight world champion is crazy to me. Anyway, this fight looking like it's going to get made off the back of Manny Pacquiao drawing against Barrios. Again, Barrios, another guy who sucks and crazy that he gets to call himself a world champion, whatever, right? Drew against him, should have beat him, but now he's going to fight Rolly Romero. Now, I do actually think that Barrios probably is better than Rolly Romero, to be fair, which is why I'm going to be picking Manny Pacquiao to win this fight as well. Pacquiao's a legend of the sport. Yes, he's old. Yes, he's slower. Yes, he's probably not got the chin he had at one point. But he's still, like I said, going to the Barrios fight, he is still Manny Pacquiao, bro. He's still Manny Pacquiao. He's not got as much speed. He's still got speed, though. He's still fast. He's far from slow. And to be fair, he looks like he can go the distance. He went the distance with Barrios. He's been going the distance with a lot of these guys. Went the distance against Thurman, went the distance with Barrios. Like, come on, man. You got to give Manny Pacquiao some respect for being such an old fighter, right, and still being so good. And then you got Rolly Romero, who, like I said, he's beaten nobody good. He's not big for 147, which is good because Pac-Man's not big for 147. And he's not been in there with great guys the way Manny Pacquiao's been in there with great guys. Now, the only advantage Rolly's got is the obvious advantage, which is, yes, he's a lot younger, a lot more physically, he's going to be a lot more physical, a lot stronger, faster, probably, when he's in there against Manny Pacquiao. Those are his only advantages, though. Because in terms of actual boxing skill, he's not got the advantage, right? And when I'm in these sort of situations, when I'm predicting these sorts of fights, I always go with who is the better boxer. And Manny Pacquiao is the better boxer. And it really goes to show how weak the welterweight division is right now, the fact that Manny Pacquiao is still fighting for world titles and could likely still win a world title. I was literally just saying, just before I clicked record, that a guy like Sean Porter could come back today. Obviously, if he had a training camp and everything to get back down to 147, he could come back today and win a world championship. You're telling me Sean Porter couldn't beat Barrios? He could definitely beat Barrios. You're telling me Sean Porter couldn't beat Rolly Romero? Then you get to your Brian Normans, you're like, okay, yeah. This is probably where I draw the line. Because Brian Norman, again, he's a guy who's not really fought anyone that good, but at least he's been doing it. They've been doing it in dominating fashion. Like his last fight against Jin Sasaki, put his lights out. Probably got knockout of the year. Put his dude's lights out with that one, which is more than what Rolly Romero can say, which is more than what Barrios can say, right? But yeah, I think this would be, if this fight gets made, it'd be a relatively easy night for Manny, even easier than a Barrios fight. Actually, I don't want to say even easier than a Barrios fight because Rolly Romero does have physical advantages, whereas Barrios didn't even look like he had that. Like, Barrios really didn't even deserve to win that fight. But again, he could have. Like, if Barrios just went into third or fourth gear when he needed to, he probably could have walked away with a decision win there. Right? But Pac-Man was just being the great veteran that he is and just winning those rounds, doing enough to win those rounds, which is kind of crazy because that's sort of what Ugas did to him, in a way. It's sort of what Ugas did to Pacquiao is what Pacquiao then did to Barrios. Now, unfortunately, in Pacquiao's case, it didn't completely work out for him and he wasn't able to get the W and he was only able to get the draw there. But yeah, the principle still stands and he could probably do the same to Rolly Romero. Like, Rolly Romero has got the physicality to switch it into third and fourth gear when he needs to, but has he got the boxing IQ to know when to do that? Barrios didn't have it. So will Rolly Romero? I don't know. This guy's been beaten and been stopped before. Right? So we'll see. We'll see, yeah. Of course, naturally would be a great win for Manny if he could get it. Like, come on, winning the world title at this age, legendary stuff. And Pacquiao could do it. Like I said, he's a good enough boxer to do it. He's more than capable. And we'll find out when this fight gets made. I'll be super curious to know what you guys think of this fight. Do you think that Pacquiao's maybe flying too close to the sun and he is too old and should have retired after the barrier draw? Or do you think he's still got enough left in the tank to beat a Rolly Romero? I'd be super curious to know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.